If you can listen to this easily, your English is good enough for daily life in the US. Ready to learn English like a native? Let's get started.
What if your life was a thing that people hide? And what if everyone you knew, your friends, your family, all knew this thing, but you did not? The thing they hide is this: your world is not real, and you are the only one who does not know. For a man named Truman Burbank, this was not just a question. It was his real life. Truman Burbank's life, from the outside, looked very normal and good. He lived in a pretty, light blue house. His street had many houses, and each one was a different happy color. He lived with his wife, Meryl. They had no kids. Every morning he woke up. There was no loud clock. Soft music just played in the room. A line of warm sun was always there, resting on his bed like someone had put it there for him. He would put his feet on the soft, clean floor rug. He would walk to the kitchen. He could smell two things. One was the sweet smell of the pink flowers Meryl kept in a pot. The other was the smell of coffee. The coffee was always made. It was never too hot. It had a good taste, but the taste was the same every day. Truman never had a bad cup of coffee. He had a job selling people help for when things go wrong. Some days were good. He felt a small bit of joy when he sold the help to a family. Some days were not good. He had a quiet, worried feeling that he was not selling enough. He was a kind man, but he also felt a little stuck. He was very scared of water. He had been scared of it since he was a boy. This feeling was like a rope holding him to his small, pretty island town of Sea Haven. This morning he walked outside. The air was clean and smelled like cut grass and the sea. He took in a big breath of air. His friend next door, Spencer, was getting his paper at the same time. "Morning, Truman." "Morning, Spencer," they both said. It was all very normal. But today, Truman saw something new. A small break in the road that he had not seen before. It was a part that was not perfect. It made him feel a small, strange kind of happy. It was real. Many other things did not feel real. This feeling that something was not right was like a low sound in his head all the time. He remembered a day when he was a small boy. He was sitting on the clean white sand. He was making a sand house, feeling the wet sand in his hands. The sky was a perfect, clear blue. Then he heard a high whoosh sound. It got louder. He looked up. A dark shape was falling from the sky. With a loud, heavy thud, a big light crashed onto the street. It was a light like they use for a play. The air now smelled hot and strange, like a hot car part. For 1 second, it was very quiet. No birds, no sea sounds. Then everyone started talking at once. Their voices were loud and fast. "It's a part from an airplane," a man called out. "It happens." But Truman just looked at the light. He could see letters on it. It was not a part from an airplane. He knew it. But when he looked at the faces of the big people, their eyes told him not to ask things. So he was quiet. He could smell the hot smell, and a cold, scared feeling made a home in his chest. The most real thing in his heart was the thought of a girl. Her name was Lauren, but he found out her real name was Sylvia. He knew her from school. She was not like the other girls. She did not have a big fake smile. Her smile was small and a bit sad. One night, they went to the beach without anyone knowing. The air was cool. He could hear the soft, real sound of the water on the sand. He could feel the warm skin of her hand in his. She looked at him. Her eyes were full of a scared feeling he did not know. "Truman, they are not telling you the truth," she said in a low voice. Her breath was warm on his face. "This is not real. Everyone is watching." He could smell the nice smell she put on, like rain and flowers. He felt a feeling with her, a close feeling. It was more real than anything in his good life. Then he heard the sound of a car. 2 bright lights came at them. A man who said he was her father jumped out. He grabbed Sylvia's arm, his fingers holding her hard. "She is not well," the man said. His voice was loud and mad, but his eyes were looking somewhere else, at something over Truman's head. "We are moving to Fiji." They pulled her away. She twisted and yelled. Her voice was full of a sad feeling that cut Truman's heart. "It's a show, Truman. It's all fake. Get out of here." Then she was gone. The only thing left was a sweater she had dropped. He kept it in a box. Sometimes, late at night, he would take it out and hold it to his face. It still had her smell of rain and flowers. It was the most real thing he had. As he got older, more strange things happened. He was in his car. The radio was playing soft music. Then, the music stopped. A man's calm voice came on.
Truman is now on his way to the middle of town. He looks like he is thinking about something.
Truman's blood felt cold. He could feel his own heart beating in his ears. Beat, beat, beat. He quickly turned the car. He went down a street he did not use. "He has just turned onto a new street," the voice said, still calm. "This is not his normal way." Truman stopped the car. His hands were shaking. He was breathing very fast. Who was that? How could they see him? He felt like a small bug in a jar. Then came the rain. He was walking, and one drop of water hit his head. Then one more. He looked up. The sky was all blue, but a small spot of rain was right over him. He walked, and the rain moved with him. He could feel the cold drops on his face and arms. He started to run in a circle, and the rain followed him, a straight line of water in the bright sun. He stopped, and the rain stopped. It was so strange it could not be real. So, he started to laugh. It was a strange, scared laugh. He was a man with his own little rain cloud. His fear of water was the cage that kept him in Sea Haven. He remembered the day his father was gone, the taste of sea salt on his face, the feel of the hard, wet wood of the boat, the scary sound of the wind making a loud woo sound in his ears. He remembered seeing his father's face, full of fear, as a wave pulled him into the dark, moving water. Truman had felt so small, so not strong. That thought was a wall. Every time he saw the big, open sea, his neck would feel tight, and his stomach would feel like ice. He could not even look at it. The day he saw his father again, the world felt like it broke. He was walking in a group of people. He smelled hot foods. Then he saw a face, an old, tired face with hair on it. But it was his father's eyes. Truman could not move. His feet were stuck to the ground. The man saw Truman, and his eyes opened wide with a sudden, wild fear. Before Truman could even say, "Dad," two people in work clothes that were all the same grabbed the man's arms. They pushed him onto a bus. Truman ran after it, hitting the side with his hands. "Dad," he yelled. But the bus just made a hiss sound and drove away. It left him alone on the street. His voice was lost in the sounds of the pretty town. That night his world was full of lies. His mother told him he was just tired and sad. Her voice was soft and full of care. His best friend Marlin came over. He put a hand on Truman's back and said, "It's okay to see things when you miss someone, pal." But their eyes did not look sad for him. Their eyes looked scared. They looked like people trying to fix a bad thing. From that day, Truman's eyes were open. He saw the circles, the same man on a bike, the same woman with a bag of food. They were all just walking in circles. He started to push back at the world. He would stop in the middle of the street to see how the cars would all stop just right for him. He was not just living, he was watching. The last time he trusted Meryl was the end. He told her they were going on a trip, right now. His eyes looked wild like a trapped animal's. He grabbed her hand. His hand was cold and wet. He pulled her into the car. "Truman, what are you doing? You are not acting like you," Meryl said. Her voice was high and tight. He did not say a word. He just started to drive. Fast. He pushed the car faster and faster. He felt a wild, scared feeling and a free feeling all mixed up in his chest. He was finally doing something real. He was breaking the rules. But when he tried to leave town, a wall of cars was all at once in front of them. The road was blocked. Then he tried to drive over the bridge. A sign started to flash. Danger! Bad leak at power plant. He stopped the car. He was breathing hard. He looked at Meryl. Her face had a look of fear, but she was not scared of him. She turned a little away from him. She started to talk in a happy, loud voice. "Is this cocoa the best? You just add water." She was holding a box of cocoa that he had not seen before. She was looking at something past him, out the window. She was pretending. The sound of his own breathing filled the car. He looked at his wife, the woman he shared his house with, and he saw a person he did not know. He saw a liar. In that moment, he felt a lonely feeling so deep and cold it was like falling into ice water. He was all by himself. So he did the bravest thing he could do. He ran away from his fake house in the dark of night. He went to the place that scared him most, the sea. The air by the water was cold and had the taste of salt. It was quiet. The only sound was the soft lap of water on the boats. He found a small sailboat. Its name was the Santa Maria. His hands were shaking as he untied the thick, hard ropes. He could feel his old scared feeling, a tight spot in his stomach. But he pushed it down. He had to know what was past the water. He sailed out into the dark. For a few minutes, it was quiet and nice. Just the sound of the wind on the boat's big white cloth and the feel of the boat rocking on the soft waves. He looked up at the fake moon. For the first time, he felt a real bit of hope. Then, the world changed. The wind stopped. The sea was flat and did not move. And then a new wind started. It made a sound that was not right, like a big machine. The waves started to get big, huge and black and mad. A storm had come from nothing. A huge wave as tall as a house crashed over the boat. The water was so cold it made him jump. It got him wet all over. He held on to the wheel. His hands were white from holding it so hard. The boat was thrown around like a toy. Then the voice came. It was deep and loud, and it came from the sky, from everywhere at once. "Truman, turn back! You cannot live through this." The voice was not God. It was a man, the man who was doing this to him. Truman was full of fear. His whole body was shaking from the cold and the fear, but a new feeling was stronger. He was mad. He yelled back at the sky. His voice was rough and loud from the wind. "You will have to kill me!" He held on. The cold, wet wood of the wheel felt like the only real thing in the world as another wave hit him. And then, with a sound that was not a storm but a loud, ugly crunch, everything stopped. The boat came to a hard stop. The wind died, the waves were gone, the quiet was sudden and all around. Truman was thrown forward. He got up. His body hurt all over. He looked. The front of his boat was broken. It was stuck in something. He looked up. It was the sky. He had sailed to the end of the sea, and the sea ended at a giant blue wall with clouds painted on it. He stood up on his broken boat. His legs were not strong. He reached out a shaking hand and touched the wall. It was hard and a little warm. He pressed his face on it. He could smell paint. He looked down the wall and saw it. A set of white stairs going up to a dark square door in the sky. The door had one word on it: exit. As he stood at the start of the stairs, the voice came again. It was more quiet now. "Truman, my name is Christoph," the voice said. "I have watched you your whole life. I gave you a safe life, a good life. The world outside, the real world, it is a sick place. You are safe in here." Truman walked up the stairs. Each step made a soft, low sound. He got to the door. He could feel a small wind coming from it, a real wind. He thought about his house, his job, his friend Marlon, his wife Meryl. It was all a show, all a lie. A big, sad feeling came over him for the life he thought he had. But under the sad feeling was a strong pull, a pull toward that dark, open door, a pull toward what he did not know. He turned his back to the door and looked at the world he was leaving. He knew a camera was on him. He smiled, a real smile this time. It was a little sad, but it was his. "In case I don't see you," he said. And his voice was strong and did not shake. "Good afternoon, good evening, and good night." He bent his body forward, like at the end of a play. Then he turned, and without looking back, he stepped through the door, out of the bright lights, and into the quiet dark. He was finally free.
Great job on finishing the story. You're one step closer to mastering English. See you in the next video.